What did I tell you lot? Saul doesn't need to unpack. It looks like he's off ski back to Madrid. I hope he didn't sell his house. And more importantly, Christian Pulisic might be getting sold in January because Andrei Shevchenko and Girona made him his #1 target. Let's get into this video. Welcome to the Kavkas View. In today's video, we've got two major stories for you guys. And the two stories are intertwined and linked in no shape and form whatsoever. Yes, #1, we're going to talk about Christian Pulisic being called up to the US men's national team. Shout out to the US men's national team. Very good program. And more importantly, now he's being linked away with Chelsea. We're going to break down the intricacies. How true is it? Could it be true? Why would it not be true? Why will it be true? And what would I do personally? Then Saul Niguez. Saul came to Chelsea with so much promise from all of you. So much hype from all of you. And I said Ruben Loftus-Cheek could have done the 4th man role. And guess what? Ruben's made him the #6 man because Ross Barkley's jumped ahead of him now as well. And we need to talk about it. What is the player feeling about? We find that out. What is happening in the reports alongside Spain, and what reports are saying in England. 3 contrasting stories. Yes, 3 contrasting stories. Let's get into it. You guys already know the deal. You know how my channel operates. I just ask you for one quick favor. There's a little service charge. It's called a like. It's free of charge, even though it's called a service charge. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment. Would you sell Christian Pulisic? Yeah, boy. Yeah, buddy. Let's get on. Welcome to the Kavkas View and welcome to the news. Let's get on with it. Christian Pulisic, Mr. Captain America, Mr. Marvel fanatic, Mr. Philadelphia's very own, second after Will Smith, because that's the best thing that's come out of Philadelphia, apart from the cheesesteak. But we will be talking about Christian Pulisic today. Pully is back from injury and he's back in the squad. He made 2 back-to-back squads, made a couple of appearances, and now he's in the US men's national team. There's a big dispute going on now. Apparently Chelsea don't want him to go. He's going. Greg Berhalter said it's not about playing, it's about being in and around the squad. It's about him developing and getting some game time. For me, I feel this is like such a bad position for both sets of managers. We're going to take it from Chelsea's perspective. Pulisic is made out of glass. We already know that. And not very good glass. Very cheap glass. He always breaks all the time. No matter what happens, if he falls, he's shattering all over the gas. So Chelsea don't want him to go and play unexpected minutes, put his body under strain, all that travelling, and get injured. But then we look at it from Greg Berhalter's perception. His US men's national team is going nowhere fast at this moment in time, and he's fighting to keep his job. Whether you like it or not, the US have been ridiculously underachieving. Gio Reyna's hardly playing, Christian Pulisic is hardly playing, and Weston McKennie is partying it up during restricted periods. Alright? You should not be doing what you're doing, geezer. But more importantly, what's happening here? Greg wants him there. He needs to develop him. He needs to use him as much as he can, because if they qualify, he doesn't want to experiment at the World Cup. They already have an uphill battle. So what's going on here? It's just a little bit of confusion. At the end of the day, he's going. Look, Christian Pulisic loves his country. He has said it all. He won the Champions League. He had his country's jersey on in the front. That says it all in my eyes. But the links away from Chelsea are the ones that we need to be very interested in. At this moment in time, if you think about it, right, Christian Pulisic's tenure at Chelsea has been, in my opinion, a disappointing one. Whilst he's had good moments, good ups, good downs, he's really not hit the median requirement, in my opinion, because he's hardly been fit. When he has played, he's been semi-decent, decent performances, hat-tricks, good carrying jobs for 6 games into the Champions League. Him and Giroud did their due diligence and carried us into the Champions League. But now, Andrei Shevchenko, Chelsea, I wouldn't even say an icon, nor would I say legend, a former Chelsea player, a legend of the game, a former Chelsea player, openly wants him. He wants Alexander Zinchenko from what's called Manchester City and Christian Pulisic from Chelsea. Apparently they're the top targets at Girona. I don't know where Girona will be getting this piece from. It doesn't make sense to me. But I think it's interesting that he will be coming in for these players in January. He's got the reputation of the manager to attract elite level talent. And more importantly, he's got a very good brand of football. He organizes his defense to be very pragmatic, low risk orientated, and likes to spring on the break. Cue Alexander Zinchenko at left wing back alongside with Christian Pulisic as the inside forward if they're playing a 3-5-2. And for me, it just makes a lot of sense if Chelsea opt to sell him, but I don't see it happening because he's a marketing tool, Christian Pulisic. He has good potential in the future, and more importantly, finally, I don't see this Pulisic accepting this deal. Why would he go to Girona? Half of Europe want him. The guy is a marketing tool. Whether he's bad or good, he will always have top clubs willing to expand their reach into America. So for me, I don't see Chelsea selling him. I think this is boo hockey. Story number 2 comes about a young Spaniard that came across on loan with an option to buy. Atletico Madrid. Did you think Mourinho was a waste man? Like, on a level, did you think she was an idiot to give you guys an obligation to buy in that contract? Are you mad? Are you stupid? Did you think you were gonna sell us a little bit part piece and make us pay 40 million like we're some idiots for it a couple of years later? No thank you. It didn't happen, and guess what? It's not going to happen. Chelsea have actively, according to different reports, are saying that they are going to get rid of Saul. So we're going to talk about it from the perspective of Marca. Marca view that Saul will be returning to Spain in January. Chelsea are going to terminate this deal short, pay off the money. Tuchel doesn't see him nowhere near in his plans. This move will be deemed a bust, because that's exactly what it is. For me, this is kind of wild if you think about it, because it means we're giving up on him in 3 months, 4 months. He hasn't even had a settling in period. This looks bad on numerous occasions, because other players that are going to be coming in will know now, either I hit the ground running in 4 months or I'm gone. I don't think that's the right way to go for the club. Matt Law, a Chelsea insider, as much as he wants to deny it, a Chelsea insider is actively saying that he will be given another chance. Chelsea like his attitude, they like his work rate, and they like the way that he articulates himself around the team. He's just a good team player. He's not been a bad seed. They believe that this is growing pains. He will settle in and he will have a part to play. The problem is how much of a part. We've got Kovacic, we've got Jorginho, we've got Kante, we've got Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Ross Barkley. For me, that it just says it all. It really says it all. This will say a lot about his character, in my opinion, Saul Niguez's character. Because if you think about it, right, Conor Gallagher and Billy Gilmore both went on loan. And what has Thomas Tuchel said about both? Tuchel's been consistently saying they both need to maintain their performances, or they need to fight for their positions in the squad. It's a respective boundary. And for me, this is important. I think Saul needs to fight and show character. If he wants to stay at Chelsea long term, this is the right time for him to do so. Saul, the players come out and said he's not angry. Sources close to the players saying he's not angry. He's not frustrated. He just wants a little bit more opportunities. The problem is, big man, what did you think was going to happen when you came in competing with 3 world-class players and an elite-level talent? Or at this moment in time, an elite-level player in Ruben Loftus-Cheek? Because the way he's been playing, he deserves to be starting. So it's interesting. We need to wrap it up. We need to think about it in depth. Personally, I'm sending his ass back, because we don't need him. We really don't need him. What I've seen from him, he doesn't look ready enough to impact the team. God forbid some injuries occur and he comes in. There's so many growing pains that we're going to have to go through with him. And I don't think it's the right time. I would rather play Mason there, play Ross there, play Ruben there. But you do not need to play a player that you know isn't up to the physicality at this moment in time. Maybe I'm being wrong and I'm giving up on him too early. But I want to win league titles, and I think that's not the way to do it by giving him time to develop. This was the Kavkas View. You guys already know the deal. You already know how we do it here. So look, peeps, it's very simple. It's very easy. At this moment in time, this is the international transfer break. So we're going to be talking about numerous stories that have been coming out. I'm going to be killing them. I'm going to be putting oil onto the fire. We're going to be literally discussing it in details. Any good performances from Chelsea players we'll be covering here on the Kavkas View. Match previews, match reviews already are a deal. So I just need to get some feedback from you guys. I think this is a good time to do that. What do you like about this channel is one question I want you to answer. Number 2, how can I improve this channel? Number 3, how often do you watch? Do you watch all my videos? Do you watch some of my videos? And finally, which ones do you prefer? The previews, reviews, or just informative videos like this? Because I've realized informative videos do a lot better than reviews and previews. So is there a point of me doing it? Would you prefer me to go into like a different service, like a Twitch service, and just do a live stream on the preview and bring on guests? Or is that something additional you would like? Let me know, peeps. I think it's a good way of me developing this channel, getting some insight into it, potentially building a studio. It all depends on that one in the back, if she allows me to, because you know how it is. It's not just my house. But otherwise, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. 300 likes is the target for this video. Peace out. I'm out. Bye.